Whatever it takes, I know I can make it through. A Degrassi podcast with Kelsey and Holland too. I know I can make it through.
Hi, and welcome to Whatever It Takes, a podcast about Degrassi the Next Generation. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Holland, and today we're talking about Season 11, Episodes 36 and 37, Not Ready to Make Nice. And Kelsey, will you please read us the YouTube summary?
Would love to. It's nice and short. On Jake's birthday, he invites his, in quotes, new girl over for dinner, much to Claire's dismay. Fiona plays matchmaker for Eli and Imogen.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, no mention of Connor, but whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. Also, no mention of, Claire's eventual, what I thought was joining the cult.
Nothing happened. No mention of that. God, this episode was weird.
Oh, yeah. I got stuff to say. Holland and I talked about it a little bit over dinner last night, and I was like, we gotta save it for the podcast.
But the episode is called Not Ready to Make Nice, which is a 2006 song by the Dixie Chicks, with a storied history that Kelsey and I just talked about. I know it was the follow-up song to when the Dixie Chicks had spoken out about Bush at one of their concerts and got lambasted for it.
Yeah, because apparently if you're a country music star, you're not allowed to speak out against your shitty conservative president.
And especially if you're a woman and a country music star.
Yep.
And they got abandoned, and then they're like, well, fuck you, we're not ready to make nice. But we're still awesome because we're the Dixie Chicks.
I have no memory of this song. I remember that happening, but I have no memory of this song at all. But I do like it because I like the Dixie Chicks because they're great.
Yeah.
Everyone go listen to Goodbye Earl.
Love that song. And as far as this episode goes, Claire's not ready to fucking make nice.
Oh no.
With Jake and her entire step-sibling situation. So yeah, it works.
Yeah.
But the episode starts with Jake and Claire getting ready in the morning, and someone leaves an empty milk carton in the fridge, which is a trope we have talked about before on this show. And I guess it's Jake's birthday, and he has a new girl, which is Jenna, I guess.
Yep. And also, his dad is just, I have to say it again. Yeah. Just not sensitive to Claire at all.
No.
He knows that they dated.
I know. I wrote down, again, their parents really aren't being sensitive to the fact that their children are exes.
Seriously.
It's super weird.
But yeah, Jake and Claire, crazy awkward. And Jake is being very rational, but he's I'm are you emotionally stunted? What's happening?
I don't know.
You are not sensitive to this.
But then we are with Connor, and he catches a football or something, and Casey's you should join the team. You're so good.
Also, Casey's where did you come from? Because he catches the football, and Connor just goes, algebra class? Because he's precious.
But Connor's back, yay.
And he's learning,
he's been back, but
he's learning social skills. And he's maybe joining the football team will be good for my social skills.
Also, Connor's glow up is real.
Oh my God,
Should we get into Fashion Police?
Sure.
I don't know. That's my first kind of note. Casey's hair isn't awful. It's better than it has been.
Yeah. Jenna got a slight haircut, and I like it.
Mr. Perino's haircut is good.
Yeah. Fiona's wearing a giant ring at one point. Claire's hair also looks good. It's starting to grow out.
Yeah.
The short hair was not a good look for her. I'm sorry. I think that's an unpopular opinion, but I really hated it.
I didn't like it either.
She looked like an old lady. It's an old lady haircut. I stand by it.
A lady from the 50s or something.
Yeah.
Eli's wearing a black and gray stripy zip-up hoodie at one point.
Yeah, and his hair looks good.
Connor has fucking muscles.
Yes, he does.
It's weird.
But I just
Imogen has
struggle.
a red leather jacket.
That
looks like Emma Swan's red leather jacket from Once Upon a Time.
Oh yeah, she also is still rocking that zigzag part.
Oh yeah.
Summer's bangs are too long.
Why is Owen wearing a do-rag while they're playing football? I don't get it.
Unclear.
And that's all I got.
Same.
But then, oh God, so we're at school
And Claire
'cause
confronts
Claire
Allie.
finds out that Jake has a new lady.
And she confronts Allie because she assumes it's Allie because she's an idiot. And Allie's like, what? I'm not dating him. But Allie obviously knows that Jenna is because they live together.
But Claire, like, dramatically accuses Allie. And I'm like, come on, it's obviously Jenna, the boyfriend stealer.
Right.
And then does she find out that it's Jenna in this moment?
She does. And she, like...
Also,
she freaks out, but also I was like, that's like, as much as I can't stand Claire and how like dramatic and annoying she is, I'm also like, that's kind of valid because she's like, are you freaking kidding me? Because this is the second time.
But also, she didn't technically steal your boyfriend. You guys broke up because you guys were ridiculous. But I just think it's hilarious. I like that Jenna and Jake are together purely for the fact that it means that Jenna is dating yet another one of Claire's ex-boyfriends.
It's hilarious. It's honestly funny.
Also, why does Mr. Perino have a hoe in this class?
I don't know. It's unclear.
I'm so confused. He's just carrying a hoe. Is it like a metaphor because Claire thinks Jenna's a hoe? I don't get it.
I don't know. If it is, it's very heavy-handed.
I know. As heavy as carrying around an actual hoe would be. But then we are in class with Fiona and Imogen?
Yeah,
right?
Fiona and
like,
Imogen and Eli are together.
I just know that they like have to build a house and it's like 40% of their grade or something.
Yeah,
or like a model
Fiona and
home.
Imogen have to build a house.
And it's crazy because something 40% of your grade at the beginning of the school year, what the fuck are you doing?
It's weird. It's super weird. And then they go out into the hallway and they run into Eli and he's asking them if they've like figured out what they're going to do to like get back at Katie and Marisol. And Fiona's like, you're a schemer, you should help. And he's like, I'm retired, which is probably for the best.
Yeah, but I love the trio.
Me too.
And then we're with Claire, who's browsing vampire fiction.
Of course she is.
And this lady comes up to her, whose name is Summer, and is like recommending some book about a vampire psychologist.
Which, all right, sure.
And then, so at first I thought Summer was flirting with her, and then I was like, oh no, you're trying to get her to join a cult. Because she's like,
thought it was a cult.
Because she's like, oh, my boyfriend and I take in runaways and like help people. And I'm like, oh, you're a cult leader. You're a cult leader.
And Claire's like,
you're totally
I'm
grooming.
good.
You're preying on Claire.
Seriously. And then Claire's like, no, I'm all right. But she gives her a card anyway. And when Claire walks away, they like zoom in on Summer giving like a very sinister look. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Something's going to happen.
Yeah. And like Claire like just tells Summer like, oh yeah, my boyfriend's dad married my mom and now blah, blah, blah. She like gives her whole story, which is just giving her more fuel.
Pretty much, yeah.
But then we're at football tryouts, and I guess Mo is also on the football team.
And like Mo is kind of the punching bag, so he's trying to make Connor the punching bag.
Yeah.
But Mo is like bringing up Anya to Owen, and Casey's like, don't bring up the A word, you're gonna make him cry. And the only time I've liked Owen in a while, he says, yeah, I'm gonna cry and make everyone uncomfortable. Just like, that's funny.
But then they like do a drill where they push that metal thing, and Connor's good at moving the metal thing.
Yeah, because
he's better than Mo at it.
He's strong
because
as
he's
hell.
humongous. And it's like, oh, cool, Connor's good at football. And then we're at Claire's house,
and she's reading her vampire fiction.
Yeah.
And Jenna and Jake pass by her door, and she's like, oh, great.
But she's like kind of pretending to be okay, but like only up to a certain point.
Well, once they like turn on the music in his room, she screams into her pillow.
True.
Very
well, they
dramatic.
walk by and they're like, oh, I thought you had newspaper. And she's like, I skipped it. And they're like, oh, all right. Well, do you want to hang out with us? She's like, not even a little bit.
Pretty much.
And then they walk away.
Please leave me alone forever.
Oh, and also the dude on her book is like straight up Robert Pattinson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then they like go into his room, and then she screams into a pillow because she is drama.
There's drama.
But then we're back with Fiona and Imogen,
And they're building a dollhouse.
and I'm like, what class requires children to mix cement? What is happening?
I don't know. They're being very like, they're building like a whole foundation.
And there's kind of like flirty vibes.
There are flirty vibes. And Imogen is like drawing her like the like schematics or whatever for the dollhouse, which seems a little extra, but sure. And Fiona's complimenting her, and they call each other soulmates. It was a time.
And they like start talking about Eli, and Imogen's like, I sent my feelings to Eli to the moon or something like that.
Yep.
And yeah, their friendship is developing. And then...
But it's definitely flirty.
Definitely flirty. And then we're at dinner with Claire, Jake, Jenna, and the parents.
And Jenna just drops the baby bomb.
Yeah,
right
I literally
away.
wrote Jenna's baby bomb at dinner.
Yeah, like right away. And at first it's awkward, and then their parents are like really on board.
Well, they're not like on board, but they're like, wow, that must have been a really hard decision. Like that, it was really like strong of you to be able to like put your baby up for adoption or something. And Claire is really mad that her parents are like impressed with Jenna's maturity.
Yeah.
And Claire
and Jenna's like, yeah, it's nice to hear that from people, because like I usually I feel like people are judging me, and Claire goes, probably because they are.
Yeah,
because Claire's being real shitty.
Claire starts acting like a selfish asshole, and she's like, probably because they are. And they're like, Claire, and she's like, you're such a hypocrite. You know this like would have happened to me. Like you wouldn't be saying this, la la la. And then Jake's dad is like, I think you should go to your room, like cool down. And she's like, you're not my real dad. And then her mom was like, you should go to your room.
But, like, also, that's a fair point. He's not even a little bit her dad.
Yeah.
He's barely her stepdad.
They barely know each other. They got married so fast.
In the living room.
In the living room. And then as she's leaving, she says, just make sure you stock up on condoms, Jake. This one's fertile.
Which
I'm like,
I wrote down also.
I'm like, what the fuck, Claire? Claire is so awful in this episode.
She's a nightmare.
But then we are with Fiona, and she totally has a crush on Imogen, and she's talking to her mom about it.
Her mom's like, yeah, no kidding. But also, their fake house looks good.
Mm-hmm. And then Fiona's like, well, let me set up Eli and Imogen so then she won't know that I like her. And I'm like, that's not a great idea, but okay.
No, but sure. Because she's worried, because she's like, the only reason Holly J stuck around is like because she already knew me so well.
Yeah. She doesn't like want to mess up their friendship,
which makes sense.
But then we're with Mo, or at the football team, and
Connor made the team as he's starting,
and Mo is like second string and is mad and he's like sour about it, but they are still excluding Connor because they're bullies.
Yep. But he's like, what the fuck? I made second string. Why? And Connor basically calls him fat.
Yeah.
But he's being very clinical and real about it. He's not trying to be a dick. He's just being Connor.
Yeah. And then they leave him in the dust, and it's sad.
It is sad.
And Casey's like, well, you made the team. And Connor's like, it doesn't feel like it.
Poor Connor.
And
Too pure for this world.
I know. And then we find out that Claire called her dad.
And she's like, can I live with you for a while? I'll sleep on the couch. And he's like, I live with my girlfriend now. And her kids come stay with us on weekends. It's a little crowded.
Yeah. And it's a bummer.
Yeah.
But then we're at the dot, and Eli meets Fiona. And Fiona's like, so I want to set you up with Imogen. And it's like, okay.
And Eli is suspicious. And that makes sense because it's kind of out of the blue.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't know, things have been weird, we're good as friends. And Fiona's like, if she seems wary, it's because you're a blockhead. And he steals her food, and they're cute, and I love their friendship.
Me too. They're so nice. I just enjoy them together.
Yeah. Ew. And then we're with the football boys, and they're Mo calls himself the French horn, and about how girls are gonna play the French horn. And it's gross.
It's real gross. And Connor sees everyone else laughing, so he starts to laugh to fit in. And Mo calls him out on it, and he's being a real fucking dick.
Yeah, I fucking hate Mo now. What the hell?
Yeah, seriously, what
He's
happened?
why are you laughing? You don't even know what you're laughing at. Blah, blah.
And Casey tries to stand up for him. He's like, but it's kind of, I don't know.
Casey's torn between the two groups, and he's
but he is trying. He's he has a thing. You can't do that. Whatever.
Yeah.
But Connor doesn't want to fall back on that anymore, because he has been he went to this home thing where he was learning social skills.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to have to use that as an excuse anymore.
Yeah. It bums
me out.
And then we are with Claire and her mom.
Oh, wait. But